I'm not 100% sure that they are good singers. I'm a little concerned about their answers during interrogation. So I would take the money.
I'm very, very, very excited to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with Collider today. We are huge fans of yours. So congratulations on your return as a panelist on I Can See Your Voice. Now, this concept is obviously very interesting, and going into third season, you've been doing this for a minute, but as a singer, what would you say are the key components you look for to determine whether or not someone has a good or bad voice, especially if you haven't heard it?
Oh my gosh. Okay. The main thing I pay attention to is we have something called the lip sync challenge. And in that challenge, they are going to lip sync. But the question is, are they lip syncing to their voice or to somebody else's voice? And I feel like that's when I'm like, really like I'm paying attention to every detail, how they move their mouth. Now, this gets tricky because some incredible singers are not great lip syncers. Like they've never lip synced. So they're just like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm not great at it. So that gets tricky. But for the most part, I feel like if you actually sung what we're listening to, you know where to place your breath. You pay attention to like how you pronounce certain words. Like if they have a really soulful sound, a lot of the times it's rounder vowels. So even how they fix their lips depends. Like it's not as bright. And so I pay attention to all those super, super annoying little details. And I think that it's super helpful. Helps me figure it out.
Now, how has it been working on the show with the contestants? Who has surprised you the most in your time so far?
I think one of the biggest surprises was I was so sure that someone was a good singer and the contestant was so sure that they weren't. And when they went to gamble all their money, they were actually right. And I was so happy that they went against what I said because it allowed them to win the $100,000. So that probably would be like one of the most shocking moments that I was like, what? But so happy for them.
Now, obviously, we met you as a singer and we all love your voice, but you have been open about past insecurities surrounding your voice. How has that journey been for you to grow to love the voice that you have? And has this show kind of like reinvigorated your passion to sing?
Yeah, I feel like being a part of this show and also being a part of Masked Singer really was a huge, like a life-changing experience for me. I'll never forget sitting and working with my vocal coach, Eric Dawkins, who's an incredible vocalist himself and who I'm a huge fan of. And he was actually my vocal coach for Masked Singer. And there was a moment that we had where he was like, listen, let's just take this off the table. You know you can sing. He was like, it's not a question of if you can sing or you can't sing. He was like, everybody isn't going to like everybody's voice. Like there are people that we can debate today that you could be like, oh my God, this person is the greatest singer of all time. And there's going to be somebody that's like, I can't stand her voice, or she's not my favorite. And so it's just what people like or don't like. So he's like, you just need to get over the fact that like you can sing. You are a good singer. Is everyone going to like your tone? No. And you got to be okay with that. And I was like, what? Like that to me was so profound. So that was awesome. And now that's where I'm at. I love to sing. I enjoy singing. And so I just enjoy it. And whoever's into it is into it. And whoever's not, that's mine too.
Now you have done some projects recently. I remember you and your husband, Israel, I was about to call him Adrienne, put out The Road to Damascus. And I know you've also done some things when you were in The Real, you performed live, but we are still waiting, on our project from you. So what is the update on
construction going on in my house? It's because we're actually putting together our studio downstairs.
Oh,
and
perfect.
So I'm going to start using it. I'll see what we come up with and see if it's anything worth sharing. We shall see.
What type of music do you like to record? We know like that you're really into gospel and Christian contemporary, but what else do you love?
I love Spanish music. I think some of my favorite singers are like La India, Celia Cruz, Selena. Currently I love Karol G, Becky G. So maybe something in the Latin area I think would be super awesome.
Well, I mean, it's definitely a market for it. And
R&B. I will always love R&B. So it'll probably be somewhere in there.
Now, as I mentioned, we have seen you do some stuff with your husband. What are you guys currently working on together?
We just got off tour. He just did something called the One Hallelujah Tour. And
I saw that in Maryland. Loved it. Well, DC. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And I got to piggyback on that and do my own LaVoot tour with my pop-up shops. So now we are working on actually a Spanish album that, we're hoping, we're actually working on 2 projects at the same time. So there is the Spanish live recording that we're going to put together. That's going to be like all corritos, which is the music that I grew up with. And then we're also working on dropping like a fun EP for summer that is going to be like Israel's songs, but like reimagined in like Afrobeats summer vibes. So it'll be like the ultimate summer playlist of Israel and New Breed vibes. So we are working on that.
Well, that is exciting, especially the Afrobeats inclusion.
It's going to be a vibe. It's going to be like, you could have like pool parties at your house. And at the same time, you'll be like, wait, are we in a worship moment? Like, this is amazing.
Yes. I look forward to hopefully seeing that very
all
soon.
The vibes.
And you've done a few stints on reality television, and you actually had your own show at one point with one of your friends, Julissa. Would you ever do another docuseries type of show, especially because you do share so much about your family life on social media and YouTube?
I might do something fun like that, but I would have to do it on my own terms. Like I would want to produce it. I would want to, I don't know, maybe it's something I'll do for YouTube. We'll see. I don't know. I'm like, I don't think we have the kind of drama that people would want to see on a reality show, especially after you see shows like, what is the Scandival show? What was the name of the show
Vanderpump Rules
came from?
Yeah. Vanderpump
Rules. Yeah, like Vanderpump Rules. Like, we're not giving you that. Like, that's just, we just don't have that in real life. So I don't know. I feel like docuseries, yes, like just like funny everyday living. That would be amazing. Yeah. That would be fun. And to do as a family, I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think YouTube was good because you said that you want to have a certain level of control over it. So
I feel like if I did like a fun docuseries that feels, I don't want something that's overproduced either. Like I wouldn't want something that's like too perfectly shot. Like I would want people to know there's a camera in front of me and I know that there's a camera in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like we're not being filmed right now or that I didn't do hair and makeup before coming onto this camera.
Well, yeah, a docuseries will be good because you can take us behind the scenes of all of that. And you do that on your YouTube channel now, like how I get ready and what are my favorite.
Yeah. I'd like something more like that. Like that to me would be more fun.
Now, another fun thing that fans were loving was that the Cheetah Girls soundtrack was made available on streaming platforms earlier this year. And it was long awaited and highly anticipated. So how does it feel all these years later to really see the cultural impact from the movies, the group, and like even new fans that you guys have now because of streaming?
It's insane. Like, it's so wild to me how even when we were doing the pop-up tour, people were coming up to me and they were like, my daughter's so excited to meet you. She watches Cheetah Girls on Disney Plus. And I'm just like, is she going to know who I am? Because I'm a whole 40-year-old woman. You know, like, and you were watching me as a teenager. So it's so interesting and so cool. And ultimately, I think it speaks to the message that the Cheetah Girls had and how needed it was about girl power and diversity and celebrating your different spots. And I think, now that I look back, it's something that I'm super, super proud of. And yeah, I can't wait for my son to be old enough to show him. I wonder if he'll recognize me. I think he'll recognize my voice first.
Now, going back to I Can See Your Voice, what are you excited for fans to see this season? Is there anything that's a switch up from the previous 2 seasons? What surprises are in store? Any fun guest stars?
There's so many amazing musical guests that are on this season. Dionne Warwick, Michelle Williams, Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC was super fun. But for me, Carney Wilson, another girl group moment from Wilson Phillips. But I feel like the biggest change is that we have themes this season. So literally tomorrow night's episode is Elvis themed. And I think that makes it so fun. Like we've had like a country night. We've had so with all our different themes, tomorrow night is Elvis and you get to see people perform different Elvis songs in their own style, in their own way. And that's been really, really awesome. And I think again, for me, the heart of this show is the stories of the contestant. And we have incredible contestants that have stories that, just pull at your heartstrings, and they tug at your heart, and they're just like, oh my God, I want this person to win so badly because they have such a great story, and what they're going to do with this money is so significant and life-changing. So I think it makes it really special.
We're excited to see. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
And everything you have going on.